I'm putting $100 down right now. The next Despicable Me movie is going to be Minions 3 Mega Millions. Minions. I wish I could win the Mega Millions, though. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Despicable Me for 3D of 4DX. So let's talk about the 4DX first, and this might trigger some people, and I'm sorry about that. So 4DX, it is good. Kids will enjoy this one because if you know anything about the Despicable Me movies, it's fast-paced, it's bonkers, everything moves left to right at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you're going to get that. You're going to get loud action set pieces just like the third one. So expect movement, expect water. And some of the water was more like weird water effects for when it was coming out. If you're like, oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross. So it's kind of fun where the kids were interacting with that. The chairs moving back, forth, up, down, left, right. Exactly what you expect from a 4DX movie. When thinking about this with other cartoon movies, it's more fast-paced than Wish, more fast-paced than Garfield the movie. And what was the last one that just came out? In Inside Out 2? Nah. Despicable 4 had more movement than, Inside Out 2. Now, what am I going to trigger people with? Okay, so I am on H9, right? So I'm like right here, and then it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In between 8 and 9, there's a gap. So then I'm on 9, 10's empty, 11 is a small child, and 12 is someone that, let's just say, if they were in a plane, they would need 2 seats and an extender seat belt. So every time the chairs would move, they would probably slide, and then they would be like a almost out of breath body experience. So it's like, yo, you didn't run a mile, and then they would adjust themselves, and it would be another 4DX experience. I'm sorry. I had more 4DX experience than everyone else in the theater because the mother next to me was literally 400 pounds. You need to be on TLC and be on 600-pound life because I want you to see your kid to at least when that kid is 25. I had to edit this because I said the F word. That's not friendly for a PG movie. 3D, really good. Despicable Me knows how to do the 3D effects. They know how to, the pop-out effects. Absolutely bonkers. It's really, really freaking good. The depth, it also is pretty good. But the Despicable Me franchise, it's known for the pop-out effects. They're going to give you pop-out effects through and throughout. Even, I have to give them credit because even though not a lot of people see movies in 3D anymore, they still go for it. And I really did dig it through and throughout. So if your kids want to go see a 4DX experience, this is for them. If they like 3D movies, I do think this is worth the price of admission. But, 3D 4DX is an extra, I think, $8 to the ticket as well. So it really is what you can afford in the movie theater. So with the movie itself, it is the weakest of the 4. The story is a little convoluted. There's a lot going on. And even though the kids might like that, it's a lot going on. Ooh, squirrel, 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 squirrel. For an adult, I want a little bit more for one specific storyline and not going on. Because, like I said, you have the Mega Million storyline. You have the family going into hiding storyline. You have the mom screwing up a client's hair storyline. You have the neighbor's daughter storyline about wanting to be a villain. You also have the neighbor's storyline of trying to impress them. Then you have, the kid's storyline as well. Then it's just a lot going on. Oh, then you have the bad guy storyline, which is Will Ferrell turning into a freaking cockroach and wants to turn other people into cockroaches. All right, so with that, even though my mom is not I think she likes some animated films, like, some of the old Lion King, some of the old Disney movies, and like How to Train Your Dragon, but I would never show her Despicable Me. It's not her type of humor. There's no way in hell I would show her Despicable Me 4 because even growing up in Hawaii, roaches to her are a no, and this movie, she said, full stop. Even her watching Men in Black and having Will Smith step on the cockroaches, she even can't do that. So this is a movie where it's like, nope, and that's just a vile creature. I mean, if you want to turn into a cockroach yourself, you are the most evilest person on the planet. Holy cow. But this movie, it's colorful, it's bright, it's popping, it has some silly gags, but all the gags are a little bit more tame than all the other movies because it just felt, a lot is going on. And I felt like there's just too much going on. And then, like, the principal of the school, etc., etc. And they did something at the very end trying to bring back all the villains. That was not Trey Parker. That was not Trey Parker through and throughout. How dare you try to replace Stan's dad in this? But yes, the story, all over the place. Kids, will they care? Probably not. 3D effect, pretty awesome. 4DX, pretty awesome. Are kids going to like it? Absolutely. Through and throughout. It's buzzing at a million miles a second. Boom, boom, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. But for an adult, they might be a little bit bored and just might be like, okay, that's a storyline, that's a storyline, that's a storyline, that's a storyline. And it's unfortunate because, excuse me, that this really feels like Minions 2.5 because for a fact, I could be wrong though, I will completely be wrong, that the next Despicable Me / Minions movie is going to be Mega Million. Gosh dang it. Mega. Just let me cue my score, please. But hey, the voice acting was also good. You couldn't tell that was Will Ferrell. So Despicable Me 4 will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 60%. Let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. Critics, 53%, so that's the lowest with 98%. Audience score at 90% with over 500. That's the best yet. Critic consensus, fast-paced and teeming with slapstick gags, Despicable Me 4 is as overstuffed as a piñata, but full of enough candy to give audiences an enjoyable sugar rush. Yeah, this is a sugar rush movie through and throughout. 90, 60, 53. Chase, Wiig here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. No things, Bluetoontopia. You Bluetonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. You can watch today, tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now, every single freaking one of you. And even the kids are kind of the back story. It's mostly the baby story. And my God, if they kept the baby how it was in the third act, if they didn't change that, this would be a 10% movie through in and throughout.